The new seasonal LFR Fire and Forget is a Stasis aggressive frame LFR which shoots 3-round bursts just like Stormchaser. In this video, we're going to look at its DPS compared to Stormchaser, Reed's Regret, and Cataclysmic. This is also a good opportunity to show how the 3-round burst LFRs have been doing ever since their rate of fire was fixed, since I didn't make a video on it at the time. I don't actually have this new LFR, but one of my subscribers was able to get Field Prep plus Focus Fury and offered to help me test. Something interesting about this LFR over Stormchaser is Vice Stinger, and since this weapon fires 3-round bursts, it does give you more chances to proc Vice Stinger. During DPS testing, it was very uncommon to have to reload at all for the entire damage sequence. This roll here is almost perfect. The only one thing I would prefer to have is Ionized Battery, which brings the mag to 6 and gives you even more chances to proc Vice Stinger. In the damage test, I'm going to simulate having a 6 mag. Here are the rolls and damage numbers for the other weapons that I am testing. I will show the results of bait and switch Cataclysmic later on in the video, and you'll see why later. In the Fire and Forget footage, we forgot to put on boss specs, so I'll just add it in right here. One last important thing before the damage test is that 3 of the 4 LFRs have RNG involved in their damage sequences. For Reed's Regret and Fire and Forget, it's Vice Stinger, and for Stormchaser, it's Clown Cartridge. It wouldn't be sensible to test every possible scenario of RNG, so for the damage test in this video, Clown Cartridge will give 8 in the mag, and Vice Stinger will make it so that you never have to reload manually. From experience, a damage phase where you never have to reload isn't all that rare for Reed's Regret, and for Fire and Forget, it happens very often. Now here's the first 30 seconds of DPS for each weapon. Here's the DPS over time graph. Fire and Forget, Stormchaser, and Reed's Regret all output very similar DPS, especially starting from around 15 seconds. One thing that I didn't expect is that Fire and Forget actually had higher total damage than Reed's. As usual, as a standalone weapon, Cataclysmic has the highest total damage, but its DPS is slightly lower than the rest. For bait and switch Cataclysmic, I'm using Wither Horde and a negligible energy weapon to proc the perk, and to compare DPS, I've also paired every other LFR with Wither Horde. For Wither Horde plus Fire and Forget, we didn't end up testing it, so I'll probably put an updated graph in the pinned comment whenever I get around to it, but I strongly suspect that its DPS will be pretty similar to the Wither Horde plus Reed's Regret. The damage sequence here for Wither Horde Reeds is to shoot Wither Horde once at the beginning and once every 9 LFR shots, and this is with good Vice Stinger RNG. Here's what the graph looks like when you take away Vice Stinger altogether. Anyways, hope you found this video useful. Peace.